Hey there folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption. I'm MysteriousJG. Now, the last two videos, which for me were recorded back-to-back, well, along with this one, had a hell of a time getting through the rail shooter sequence with the armored car. But once we got down to it, other than one embarrassing, like, dash forward way too fast and get shot down death, we did okay in dispatching Dutch Vanderland. And at the end, Dutch, who at one point had been kind of a mentor and a father figure to John Marston, well, somewhere along the way, Dutch lost his way. We might find out more about this in Red Dead Redemption 2. We might not. It'd be kind of neat to find out that, like, the incident where John Marston was left for dead by the rest of the gang, maybe that was the moment that really tore Dutch up. Maybe Dutch really thought of John as being like his son. But it's kind of hard to really buy into that too much when, at the end, as Dutch is taunting you, trying to anger you into making a mistake, obviously. So you can't take it with a grain of salt. But he did talk a lot of smack about Abigail in the two face-to-face meetings we had with him over the course of the game, basically saying that she could have been any of the boys could have had her, and that John's son Jack is the son of a whore, just like he was. And that don't seem right. But it is what it is. So at the end, very, very end, when he was cornered and knew that he was done, we didn't even have a duel with Dutch Vanderland. And I maintain I do know how to do the duel mini game. I just occasionally screwed up and hit the wrong buttons. But we did get to do our duel. Or we didn't get to do a duel with him. He threw away his gun, and he spent his last few moments trying to kind of pour out his heart about, you know, how he couldn't fight his own nature, and he just had to try to fight, but he was fighting something that was bigger than he was and couldn't be stopped. And he sort of tried to convince John that the whole government back east was a threat. He just kind of said that, he said that they'll have to find another monster, which I guess was his way of saying that, they were going after him because they had to. Let me make some sense out of it. We have this whole background plot where this guy is running for governor on this cleaning up crime ticket. So they have to find these stories they can publicize about how things are getting cleaned up. So I guess Dutch is maintaining that he and his gang of like renegade Native American warriors were okay, and the government picked a fight with them. Is that what he's saying? I don't really know. Dutch is a tough one to figure out because they keep talking about how it's unfortunate that you've been lined up against him, and that Dutch used to be a good man, and that the forces who are making you fight him are bad, and they're manipulating you into doing it, and they're just not to be trusted. But at the same time, we saw him shoot a woman through the back of the head, and apparently he was a bit of a psycho murderer. Either way, he's done. So we have our whole long story. At the very beginning of the game, we've been pressed to eliminate the former member of Dutch's gang, to get our family back. We chased Bill Williamson all the way into Mexico. We captured Javier Escuela alive, but Bill Williamson died in the struggle to capture him, and then Dutch Vanderland killed himself. Although Agent Ross put a bullet in Dutch using our gun. Either way, they're all settled with now. And in fact, you're allowed to kill Javier Escuela. I chose to spare him. That's as Paragon a playthrough as you can do, because the other two character deaths you don't control. You can kill Bill Williamson yourself, and if you try to spare him, he gets killed anyway. And then there's nothing you can do to save Dutch Vanderland. But we did what we were told to do. Agent Ross kind of mocked us and made fun of us at the end, but ultimately our family's been returned from what we've been told. Unless there's a big twist ending where we go back and they've been like killed and Ross has arranged their bones in a message that says "fuck you, Marston." It seems like we're going to get our happy ending. Let's ride to it. Oh, but there's a flower we've got to pick first. Oh, Abigail's going to want some flowers or something, so let me get some wild snowdrops here. So some dramatic music started playing, and then it cut off because I got off of the horse. I hope I didn't screw that up. I think I did. Holy shit! I got off the horse to pick the violet snowdrop, and it there is a musical theme that is supposed to play for your dramatic ride home. Oh man, I stopped to pick flowers. I thought it would be funny. I completely wrecked it. Well, the question becomes if we load our game. Will it be before or after we finished and the truth will set you free? I'll tell you what we'll do. I know it's silly. Let's save our game. And then I'm going to load the autosave and see if it auto-saved at ride back to visit your family. Because if it did, we can hear the musical theme we were supposed to hear. But if not, if it didn't, then I don't know how to get that back other than replaying the last mission with Dutch Vanderland, which I'm not going to do. So you guys can go find a different video of this mission to hear the. So there's only like 2 songs in the whole soundtrack that have lyrics. I think this is. I want to load the autosave. No, I think by getting off my horse with the idea that we were going to pick flowers for Abigail, we have destroyed the musical theme. And in fact, you don't have to actually ride back to your home. So, oops, did not see that one coming. I screwed it up. They're supposed to play this really dramatic music. Is you're heading home to see your family? Well, maybe it'll come back now. Because it says head home to see your family, but nope. I got the regular music back. Well, I'll tell you what. Go on the YouTube and search for John Marston reunited with his family, and you can find somebody who did not get off the horse in the middle of it, and therefore reset the music. And you can listen to the. You heard the guy singing. Yeah, that was the beginning of a like vaguely Western romantic song about how, you know, it was nice. It was a nice dramatic bit of. And now I got stranger missions interrupting me.
Let's go.
And some guy, hey, you want to have a contest? See who can pick the most flowers? I was picking flowers for my wife. Well, there's no real reason now for me not to actually fast travel there, because the whole point was that you have this very cinematic, dramatic horse ride with like no interruptions. It's just you straight up riding your horse back to the Marston Ranch while dramatic music plays in the background, but it got wrecked. And now I'm ramming into antelopes. It's gone crazy. See, I mean, I'm getting side quests interrupting me. This would not happen if I had not gotten off the horse to pick that flower, just for funsies. Oh, I wrecked everything. And I can't even go back. I'd have to redo the whole Dutch Vanderland mission. Oh, well. I guess that's the cherry on the Let's Play Sunday. It's the most dramatic reveal at the end of the game is ruined. It's not the most dramatic reveal. It's just they play a different musical theme in the background from the regular background sounds. You can go check it out on YouTube if you want. Basically, it's the same deal. You ride back, and as a matter of fact, unless you take your time, you don't even hear the whole song before you get to this marker, which is what is going to do stuff. Basically, it's just a standard mission marker. Now, we've actually been here before. Because I remember noticing these buildings and being like, oh, interesting. They're all here, but you can't interact with them in any way. This is John Marston's ranch that he owns. See in particular that, I guess that's where the corn silo or the wheat silo. And we got a dog. The Outlaws Return. You can also just look up The Outlaws Return. Well, I sure hope he didn't kill my family and arrange their bodies in humorous poses to mock me, because he seems like that kind of guy.
Anyone here? Anyone home? Oh, darling. I never thought I'd see this day again.
Did you pick me flowers?
You no good hillbilly piece of shit! I thought you was dead! I thought you was dead, John!
Well, it was a
Where you
couple
been?
times, but I had it, but it
You
continues.
know where I've been, darling. You know.
Does she?
You saw Dutch, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Briefly.
saw him.
And Bill?
Yeah, I saw him too.
And you didn't go back to him?
I left that life. Just as you left yours.
Yeah, but I really missed that life. You could have brought me back with you.
How'd they treat you?
Oh, I can take care of myself, John. One guard got funny on me one time, but I wasn't so ladylike, and he didn't try it again. Nor no one else.
I know how to use the cover mechanic and moonshine and dead eye.
Like you. And like me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's like a kid growing up without a father.
Hey,
That
now.
ain't fair.
What is fair?
Well, some trees flourish, others die.
Oh,
Some
no.
cattle grow strong, others are taken by wolves.
It's trying to
Some
have
men are born
themes
rich
again.
enough and dumb enough to enjoy their lives. Ain't nothing fair, you know that.
No one's talking like real
We
people.
tried to change. I mean, ain't that what you're supposed to do?
We did change. And it's over now.
We just nutshell our whole characters in that one speech right there.
Jack! Jack, come here, boy.
Get over here, you little son of a whore.
Hello, sir.
Come here.
Yeah, I wanted a handshake, son.
Amen.
Men don't hug in this
Coyotes
century.
ate all the chickens and poachers took the cattle. I tried, Father. I tried.
I thought you guys were in prison
No, you didn't,
somewhere.
son. I know.
And don't you go blaming me, boy. Don't you go blaming me.
I ain't blaming no one, old man, but since you're still alive,
Who are
there's
you?
4 mouths to feed. And no cattle.
That's a nice way to greet somebody. Why don't I get a warm and tender embrace?
Consider the fact I ain't put a bullet in your embrace, old man.
So he's
You're
replaced
supposed to look after
Irish
the
as the
place.
character that John
did.
threatens constantly.
I did my best. Thing is, there was too many of them. I thought you was dead. I wasn't drinking.
Hold your excuses until you figured out which one to use.
Those are all valid.
Jack, go get your bags packed, boy. We got work to do. We leave in the morning. Go on.
Yes, sir.
We're
Where are you
heading down to go shoot some bounties.
Well, it's getting kind of dark now, but in the morning we've got to go get ourselves some more cattle. We've got friends at McFarland's ranch. It's over in Hennigan's Stead who can sell
Oh, Bonnie
some.
McFarlane, I've heard of her.
Now, Abigail, I hope you learn to cook.
Yes. Didn't I say, rather than some prison, they actually kept me incarcerated in a cooking school for young ladies.
I hate to see her leave, but I'd love to watch her go. So that's a rather sweet little scene. Oh, hey. Red Dead Redemption After Dark. They've been separated for some time, folks. Anyways, I like Abigail Marston. She just, I mean, there's not a whole lot of game left for her to really get that many scenes, but that scene right there is kind of perfect. Just like, doesn't even wake up. Just like, get the fuck off me. So what begins now is the last chapter of the game, the ranch chapter. It's the shortest chapter of the game, but I really enjoy it because basically the first time I played this game through, I assumed that you were going to defeat Dutch Vanderland and then you were going to get some kind of ending scene. But in fact, you get your family back and you get a little time not just to do free roam, but you actually have little missions that you do to build the ranch. And it's kind of like, you guys remember Final Fantasy X-2, right? Well, I mean, if you don't, you can go watch it on my channel. I played through it twice for some ungodly reason. When the whole point of this game is you got Yuna who's trying to help Titus, and she's got, reasons to believe that he's not really gone, and she's trying to bring him back. And then in a game that is 90% silly side quests and submissions and, mini games, and most of the game is not tied in heavily with the main story, it would have been quite easy for you not to bring him back at the end and then to continue going around doing like side quests and mini games and stuff. Like, there's so many little mini games in that game that would all work fine, and Titus would be around and he could even come with you and maybe not be a playable character but just be there in the background. That would have been perfect for a game that completely pissed on the ending of Final Fantasy X by bringing Titus back to life. But it would have worked. You go through the whole game, which had a certain amount, like a real concerted effort, whether you think it was a success as a game or not, to give you free roam in a Final Fantasy environment. And not only could Yuna achieve her objective, but at the end you could actually have some ability to play the game with your objectives met and just like enjoy. She could be happy and enjoying all that she'd earned. Instead, if you do everything right and you manage to bring Titus back, you get like a special ending scene where Titus is back, and it's implied that she and Titus live happily ever after in a much more standard way. So Red Dead Redemption, you go through all these hoops, you go through the whole main story, but it is open world, so you can put off main story stuff as long as you want to at any given stretch and just do other stuff. And it's an open world game, so it would make sense that when you finish the main story, you would still have the ability to do other stuff. Now, a complaint is that you can't change your outfit. Like, this is something I didn't even realize until I read about it later, that people were all upset about. Well, you can't change your outfits. Once you're in the ranch chapter, you go around wearing the ranch outfit. Well, I hadn't even noticed. But it does mean that after your family is back, you can go out and you can do other missions. Well, not missions, but you can go out and you can do bounty. You can search for bounties. You can play. You can do like the horse breaking, and you can do poker, and you can do whatever. But you also have a couple of missions that are similar to the ones we did at the beginning of the game. Remember at the beginning of the game where we're helping Bonnie out because she had rescued us? Just we're helping them with like rustling cattle, not rustling cattle, but herding cattle and stuff like that. We have a series of missions like that at the end of the game where they're not like life and death situations. It's just things that you can do to help out your own ranch. And your family members are there in the background as story characters. And I just thought that was so great. I really, really remember having been pleasantly surprised at this point in the game and just really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward again to a short series of fairly painless missions where we just do stuff to help out the ranch. Starting with, we're going to accompany Jack. We'll actually have a series of missions. There's a character that I don't think we ever really understand who he is that much, but there's that old character that we kind of yelled at and started browbeating immediately. He's called Uncle. We'll have a short mission chain with him, a short mission chain with Abigail, and a short mission chain with Jack. And I feel like Uncle's the one whose missions you should do first because you don't have as much of a connection with him. Then Abigail's, and then the real heart and soul of the game is briefly at the very end when you watch John Marston trying to actually be a father. So I want to do the Jack missions last. But this very first mission basically forces us to work with Jack right off the bat. You see, Uncle is over here. Let's see what he has to say.
The boy's waiting for you by the stables.
So he's saying that the boy's waiting for us by the stables. Thank you, Uncle, for making us laugh about the boy waiting for us by the stables. Again. So I'm not going to unnecessarily. Howdy doodly. I'm not going to unnecessarily
We should get moving.
hop off the horse and mess up anything here, because this will be a lot of dialogue with Jack, as we ride to McFarland Ranch. And in fact, we want to take our time, because you can get to McFarland Ranch before all this dialogue has actually had a chance to play out. Don't have full medicine, though. Really should find a chance to buy some medicine in case I need it for riding to McFarland Ranch missions. So we're gonna talk. I thought there was I just got done promising the viewers there's gonna be dialogue between us building up our characters here. Let's get going.
How you feeling, Jack?
I'm feeling fine, sir.
We got a decent ride ahead of us.
I've never been to Hennigan's Stead. How do you know these ranchers?
I met them while I was away. The McFarlands are good people. We need folks we can trust right now.
Met them how?
There's also
I was
coyotes.
sick and they looked after me.
Sick
Careful.
how?
You sure got a lot of questions.
Questions how?
I don't often get a chance to ask them. Was it a gentleman's complaint?
Oh.
What do they call it? A morning drip?
No.
Good God, boy, no! Where do you learn these things?
Uncle told me about it.
Well, he'd know, the dirty old fool.
He told you
No,
you got
I
it
just
from
got
Mama.
weak for a while. Acted foolishly, got in trouble.
I don't think I've
Guess
heard
I
this
was a
song
little out of
before.
practice.
So yeah, I forgot about that one. That was kind of gross.
Hey, Paul,
What?
Let's talk
where
more
were
about
you all
erectile
that
dysfunction.
time? Where'd you go?
What'd your mother tell you?
She said it was some kind of important government business.
That's about right. Some people thought I owed them some favors.
Why did they take us away?
They thought it wasn't safe for you here by yourself.
Uh-huh.
Those men harm you?
No, they're okay. Some of them even told me stories. I think I'd like to be a government man one day. Or a politician.
Ugh.
I'd rather you chose an honest profession.
Like you mean?
I know I ain't been the best father, Jack.
But you watch
Made
your
some bad
tone.
choices. But all that life, it's over now.
So in Red Dead Redemption World, being a gunman like a criminal is no good. Being a policeman is no good. Being a politician is no good.
Oh, was it something to do with Mr. Dutch and Bill?
Only
Why you
ranchers
went away?
are not
Who
stupid.
told you that?
I kept hearing people say their names. That's all.
Yeah, I caught up with Bill and Dutch. We had some old business needed settling.
Where are they now?
They're gone, son. We won't be seeing them again.
Well, man, unless we end
They're
up going
angry
to
at you,
hell.
weren't they? That's why we had to leave.
It might be a bonus
They was
level in
just
Red Dead
good men who
Redemption.
turned bad. I'll explain it to you one day. I guess I'm a bad man who tried to be a good father. I don't know. Every man has a right to change. A chance of forgiveness. Ain't that what the good book says?
You've never read me the good book, sir.
Well, I imagine that's what it says.
But most of our missions are quotations from the good book, so presumably somebody involved in this game knows some of them.
So, you ready to learn about herding cattle?
I've never seen you hurt anything, Paul. Apart from the odd pack of drunks.
The McFarlands were good to me, and I helped them out in return. I learned a few things along the way. Wait till you see their ranch.
Just way better
What
than
ours
ours.
will be one day.
I read in the newspaper that ranching's dead. Soon it'll just be factories and businesses around here.
You shouldn't believe everything you read.
Well, don't
I was
read much.
thinking, maybe I might be a businessman.
I thought you wanted to be a writer.
Well, I could be both. A rich industrialist who writes novels about the Old West on the
Or I
side.
could write for like
You
Fortune
can be whatever
magazine.
you want, son, but for now, let's concentrate on getting some food on the table. Unless you're planning on striking literary gold in the next day or two, that is.
I was thinking about this idea for a book. It's called The Duck of Death.
We'll talk later, son. Right now, I need to concentrate on not getting us lost.
Okay, I guess that's my cue that I can hurry up the pace because they're not going to talk anymore. That wasn't really that much conversation between a father and a son. I don't know how long before the game starts
Come on.
you've been separated from your family, but it seems like, considering how many times he rested at campsites, he's been away from his family for quite some time at this point. I think we're
There's
pretty
the
good.
ranch.
That's the ranch, yeah.
Come on. Let's see if we can find Mr. McFarland.
We don't want to find Bonnie. Your mom's jealous type. I don't want you getting morning drip.
Yeah.
Sorry. saying giddy up now. We're stopping.
There's a face I thought I'd never see again.
I'd hope
Some of
not
our
to.
public servants in Blackwater sent you back on another homicidal errand to protect and save us from Lord only knows what.
Thankfully not, sir.
I don't know what you're
was hoping
talking
you might
about,
still
sir.
Be able to sell me some cattle.
My boy, it would be a pleasure. Bonnie's out in the crowd now. She'll be more than happy to help you.
She can help you to anything. You can help yourself to Bonnie if you want. That's my
Take care
understanding.
now, Mr. McFarland. Good luck.
Cattle going to cost how much money you got? $640 something? $650, Mr. Marston.
Come on. All right, Jack. You're going to have an important job.
I
I want you to lead the herd while I drive them from the back. Keep us all moving in the right direction.
This is where we did our grinding for money off screen.
And if you see cows straying off, can you help me round them up?
I'll do my best, sir.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you if you were going to be competent in the duty. But yeah, that foreman's office there, that's pretty much where we made our money at the beginning of the game. When I was excited enough about playing the game that I wanted to play it even if it wasn't recording.
Let's go.
Good Lord, do my eyes deceive me? A devil walks among us.
I'm actually riding,
I
ma'am.
said I'd be back when this was all over,
Unless you
Miss
think I'm a
McFarland.
centaur.
After the barn fire, you remember?
Of course I remember. I just didn't believe a word of
And
it.
then I disappeared so you could not find me no matter how much time you spent wandering around the ranch.
Yeah, I'm finally starting up my farm again. Or trying to, at least.
You'll be fine. You've been taught well. Come on, then.
One mission each with each of the basic requirements of running a farm. You want to introduce me to that young fella who looks a lot like you? No? Okay.
Come on.
Oh, I'm supposed to be getting behind them. I thought I was following them. Father, you want to introduce me to this woman you said was so important? No? Okay.
Jack, keep them headed towards the river.
I'll give you a hand to get the food.
I probably don't need to have this equipped. Shoot. Thank you, Bonnie, for making us laugh about
Good
keeping
luck,
them.
John. Come back
Thanks.
and see us sometime.
Thanks, Mr.
What
Reed.
happened? Last I heard you were headed for some exotic escapade in Mexico.
Well, we
Come
did
on.
it. Where are you? I was ready to finish that dialogue.
So, is this your boy?
Yeah. Say hello to Miss McFarland, Jack.
Hello?
To Miss McFarland.
Ah, the arrogance of youth. He gets a little fur on his lip and he thinks he knows best all of a sudden.
What?
Must take after his father.
Now, you were telling me about Mexico. No, I wasn't. Shut up. I don't know how I keep cutting off. Like, first of all, was the music. And
She's
then,
well, I think. We haven't had much time to talk yet.
Well, I'm glad you're back together again.
It's gonna take some time. We've
sure
all
you are,
been through
Bonnie.
a lot.
I'm just thrilled you're back together again. I mean, there's no way I had designs
How's
on.
the ranch?
We're surviving, but it hasn't gotten any easier.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut off that Mexico dialogue, but it's fairly easy to do. Get back with the herd, you dumb.
Come on.
Looks like you got him under control. I best get back to Pa.
Nice to see you again, Miss McFarland. And thanks for
Call me
everything.
Bonnie, you don't.
Love, Julie Newmar. Oh,
Jack, we need to move him across the river. Let's go.
it was nice, and that's another. It's just little things like, oh, you get to see Bonnie again after all this time. It was kind of nice. I just remember years ago, the first time I played this mission, where I had no idea that anything would be coming after you defeated Dutch.
Let's go.
Just being really pleasantly surprised at having a nice, fairly relaxed mission that kind of, you know,
Let's go.
brings the McFarland Ranch back into things, and
You're doing a good job, son. Just lead him straight up the hill towards home.
Will do, Pa.
I don't know if there's any special. Oh, should we miss one? I don't know if there's a special reward for getting them all, but I'm theory,
Come on.
it should help the ranch build up even faster.
Yeah.
And the boy's doing all right, too. We can be proud of our little NPC son.
Yeah.
Even if he does have a little fur on his lip and thinks he knows best. Or whatever. I wanted to hear the dialogue where he explains the Mexico trip to Bonnie.
Come on.
And I also wanted to hear the dramatic theme music that only plays once in the entire game, which I killed by hopping off the horse to pick a flower. Oh well. Hey, at least I used medicine so that I didn't die in that one mission. I was proud of myself. I was like using Metagel in Mass Effect 2. It was difficult, but I made myself do it.
Wait. Slow down. They look like rustlers.
Uh-oh.
Stay back, son. I'll hold them off.
Go with the wrong weapon.
You don't want to die.
I just... Oh man, we're killing cows. Why do I suddenly not have the ability to use Red Eye? I couldn't use it in the last mission either. I was talking about how relaxed and easy these missions are going to be, and suddenly I got killed by what should have been very easy group of
Hold up,
enemies here.
Jack. This don't look right. I'll deal with this. Stay with the herd, Jack.
The key is to kill everyone before they get close enough to really present as a threat.
You're making a big mistake, friend. I think that's all up. Jack, wait there. I'm coming. You all right? You're not hurt, are you?
I managed to even keep all the... Let's grab all their horses,
right.
too.
Let's round up the stragglers and get moving.
I think we
Jack,
kept them all.
head left up the road towards home.
I know where I'm going, Paul.
I'm so annoyed with you right now, Dad. You saved me from like a dozen rustlers, but now you're acting like I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, Jack is... He's like getting to be a teenager, I suppose. Well, at least the fact that I died outright meant that we got to try again and keep all 15 cows, because that wasn't happening. Get back there before the mission terminates at 14 to 15.
Come on.
Well, here's more rustlers. Oh, now here's the Mexican army coming to stop us from getting our cattle home. Oh, Dutch Vanderland's army's attacking! Get back here, you stragglers.
Go.
See, part of it was I equipped my lasso just to not accidentally shoot cattle.
Come on.
Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Are we gonna win the mission? Because now I need to call it a video. Hey, you, come on, come on.
All right. Now lead them into the pen.
You guys stop trying to break my perfect record right at the end. Get over there, you son of a bitch.
Come.
Son of a whore. No, wait, that's John. Or Jack. Or both, I guess. According to Dutch.
Nice work, son.
We made it.
Did real good out there.
Oh, yeah, he was fantastic against the
Go
cow
on.
rustlers.
Hit your horse and wait for me by the stable.
We're gonna have a shooting mini game.
Did a good job, son. Nice shooting.
Do
Thanks,
a little arm wrestling later.
Make a rancher of you yet.
Did he shoot? Maybe he did. I'm gonna be a rancher. I guess we got plus 15 cows herded. You have discovered the Bureau uniform. It will make you immune to all law enforcement. Interesting. So now we have Abigail missions and Jack Marston missions. I thought there were missions that we could do for Uncle, but maybe we got to clear another Abigail mission first. Either way, I'm not doing any more missions now because I got to call a video. So our save point is in the house. But I don't want to accidentally trigger an Abigail mission, so this is actually going to be kind of annoying. Well, we can certainly open a container full of the ammunition that you wouldn't think we would need, but we apparently need because now all sorts of deadly foes are after us. And we no longer have the ability to save our game, or to change our outfit. So that Bureau outfit thing, not really going to be a thing that we can do much with just yet. At long last, I'm going to save over this slot from way back when, because we're now so freaking close to the end of the game that we're just about ready to unlock that mission soon. And I want to have at least one save, just in case, before we initiate the mission to take out Dutch. Because maybe I'll just have this mad notion that I need to play through the whole Dutch mission again just so we can hear that music. I feel very silly about hopping off the horse to pick a flower. It was supposed to be a joke. It didn't occur to me that it was going to break the dramatic musical piece to the mission. But it is what it is. I'm the MysteriousJG, and I thank you guys very much for watching. And I hope you're looking forward next time, as much as I am, to missions where we actually have our family back, where John Marston has achieved his goal and is just trying to go on living his life like a normal guy. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.